Hey there, Gamedoctortoronto here, and today I'm working on a 1991 Williams Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And I'm only working on one, but I'm working on two. And if you watched my previous video, the unboxing of the James Bond limited edition, you would have saw the condition of the shop, and we had 6 pinballs in here. Now we're down to 5. We got this Terminator here, Data East Star Wars, which is possessed. I've never seen anything like this. It's been sitting for years in our storage because it was on location and it's got possessed. It was just doing crazy things, packed it up, put it in storage, but now I pulled it back out so we can start working on it. Got the other Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which belongs to a good operator friend of mine. A Circus Voltaire, which is kind of a rare pinball, belongs to a home collector. And what we're doing there is a whole playfield swap on that one. So that's going to be a really interesting video to watch. But back to the Terminator 2, this one here was a victim of water damage. It was placed in a bar that was underneath the area of the bar where it was. Above it was a rental, and they had their bathroom in that area. Pipe broke, leak, I don't know what the hell happened. Leaked all over this thing and did so much damage. I have no video coming out of it. The display's dead. Still haven't determined if it was the display board or the dot matrix display. Got multiple solenoids here that are just locked, so they're constantly on, engaged. So with that in mind, we got transistor problems here. So with the water, electronics, if this thing was on while it was being leaked on, big issue. And that big issue is what I'm dealing with last week almost. But now, you know what? Domenico's back in school. It's the first week of January, and I kind of find it slow dealing with the bars. So this is my catch-up week. So now I'm catching up on a lot of work, a lot of loose ends from 2022 that I got to fix up. So anyways, what's happening here mostly, I got to fix this first before we go any further. Because every time I power it up, like I said, you got coils that are just being energized. And what that means is there's power constantly going to the coil staying on, coil heats up, coil burns. So we got bad transistors here, and what the transistors do, they send power to the coils. So it gets a signal to engage, and it sends the power to the coils. The click, 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 click. So what's happening now is there's a bunch of them that have been shorted out. So now there's constantly current going to these coils. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which coils have the bad transistors, and we'll start taking them out. So after doing some diagnostics, I found out that 4 of these transistors are shorted out. So with this line here, they all share the same power. So I removed the connector, and I was able to have the pinball running longer than a split second, because all the coils that are shorted out are on this line here. So powered up, all the GIs lit up, still no display, but I see some hope for this thing. So I'm going to pull this driver board out, replace the transistors, and we'll see what happens. So as I'm waiting for my iron to heat up, I usually like taking a look at all the connectors, making sure the wires are good, there's no burns. If there's all burnt plastic and the terminal inside, I like to replace the header pins, header connectors. So I'll give the best connections when they're connected to the board. Then I come along here, fucking crap like this. What's that? I don't even remember where this thing goes. Or this one. So luckily I got that other T2 over there. I can look and cross-reference how these connectors should really be and put brand new connectors on. Because I did inherit this pinball from someone else. And yeah, wait till you see under the playfield. What a mess. What a mess. Alright, we're going to turn it on. See what happens. Oh, we got more shit moving. That's a good sign. So I replaced the back components on the driver board. Now I'm opening up the playfield to replace this guy too, because this guy caused a couple of the transistor to blow again. Well, one of them. So I'm going to replace this 23800 coil, and then I'm going to go through all the other coils too. This is busted quite. If you're going to work on a pinball machine or anything that deals with wires, after you strip the wire, give it a little twist so the strands will stay together, and then tin it and solder it. Don't just strip it and solder it, because then the wire is all like fray, spread apart, and this looks like crap. So we're going to take care of all this also. We're going to order new flippers. We're going to put a whole new flipper kits in these, so when it's on location, it's going to work at 100%. So that's it. Okay, so I'm 4 hours into this thing, and where I'm at right now, it's quite successful, if I must say. So if you remember, I showed before 2 connectors that would look pretty messed up, that they didn't belong. They were actually for the GIs on the back glass. Actually, there's a couple of bulbs out there. That's probably just socket issues. Oh, yeah. Socket issue. Socket issue. So, got the back box working. All the lights are back on because I fixed that connector inside. Fixed up the driver board. And when I fixed up the driving board, the DMD started working. So I took this all apart, cleaned all the smoke that was in back there from all the years of it being in bars. Well, back in the 90s. And we're able to see the GIs that D had put in so far. Yeah, Domenico put in LEDs for all the GIs and the pop bumpers in the back. Now, if you look here, they look pretty good, as if there are LEDs in there, but they're not. He took them all apart underneath, and he actually cleaned inside. But we're also having issues with some of them not working still. It's gotta look into the harnessing, see why they're not communicating. But you know what? I'm happy it is running. And
Judgment Day
starts up. So that's it for this part.